Hey, it's Mikey Mike. Hey, we are kiting at Causeway Beach in Stuart, Florida. Yeah, this was a kind of a walk of shame video here. Had a lot of problems. Couldn't make it back to the beach I started on. Had to walk over the bridge. Had some tangled lines. Had a kind of a sketchy water start, drift launch, and some lessons learned for sure. So stick around, smash the like button if you liked the video, and if you got some tips on drift launching. And it was basically light wind. The wind just shut off on me, so no big deal. But I pretty much saved the day for not breaking anything. That was a good thing. Unlike today when I went out and I went to where'd I go? Tampa Bay, and somebody launched my kite and I ended up in the tree, so that was not good. So he launched it without me giving a thumbs up, and it was not pretty. But this one could have been bad. There's a lot of rocks on this beach, and it was a little sketchy. But the winds were great when I started, and then all of a sudden they just died off, and I almost ended up in the pier or the causeway or the bridge going across. But I was able to make it back to the second beach. So I'm at the first beach here, and you see where the bridge kind of points up. There's another beach down that way. I literally had to pack up my kite and walk back all the way over the bridge, down the street, across the street, back to the other beach, get my car and kite. But it was fun. I still had a good time. I had a kite at this beach because it was northwest winds, and you can't kite at northwest winds here on the East Coast, or you'll end up in the Bahamas. So it's the intercoastal. I think it's the Indian River. Pumping. It was doing good. We got some white caps going. We're moving along. I'm pretty stoked actually. I managed to do a decent drift launch. Got me running. See the white caps are doing great. And as soon as I get towards that peak of that causeway over there, things start going south. You can start seeing the kite start diving real hard. And you got to take the kite from back behind you, back and forward to get a little bit of speed. You know you have a problem. So the winds are kind of shutting down a little bit. Now I'm having to take some big, deep dives. And I'm like, jump off, turn around, let's go back the other way quick. The wind just shut off. I don't want to drift into the bridge where the cars are going across. So trying to make it back to my beach, and as you can see, the kite's going all the way to the right, and trying to create some speed here. And I'm on the big 6'2" surfboard. I think it's 36 meters. It's nice and floaty, so that kind of saves me when these kind of scenarios. I'm just really diving the kite, trying to make it back, and I see where my beach is way down south there, and not happy. Diving the kite, so I'm not going to make it back to my beach, and I'm like, okay, well, it didn't launch from this other beach, and I wasn't familiar with it, so this is the first time kiting over in this area. I usually kite on the opposite side of that bridge right there, and it's the lowest point of takeoff, and it goes towards the south. Which has its challenges as well. Florida definitely has some tricky launches, that's for sure. So back to the right and dive the kite hard. So to the left all the way over there where Little White Sandy Beach is. That's where I was supposed to be. And the wind is not cooperating. All the wind shut down. And I make it. I can't go any further because I'm going to end up in that other bridge. Because there's zero wind. So I'm trying not to send. I have to stay far enough out because there's a big rock pile all the way across. Fortunately, it's shallow enough to where you can almost stand up here. I'm just trying to keep the kite out, waiting for the wind to come back. And you can see the kite's, back stall. No good. Here we go. Oh, I missed the rocks. Nice. So I'm going to secure my board. I flag out, and I'm going to secure my board because I have my leash. So I'm able to secure the board so I can start doing some self-rescue here. So when you think you're, sometimes you just gotta cut your losses and just release the kite so you don't damage the kite or yourself or end up in the causeway. That would be bad. We try to avoid bad, that's for sure. So pull that kite in and kind of manage this thing and get up over the rocks and undo the lines and either take the big walk of shame or maybe the wind will pick back up. You never know. But I gotta go get my lines all entangled back on the shore. So, little rat's nest going, not too bad. And then make it to the kite. It's always good to practice self-rescue. I mean, definitely, because, you know, this wasn't an extreme scenario, but, you know, you can definitely learn a lot each time you do it. So back to the kite, I'm going to have to flip this thing over so I can get it out of the water and avoid all the rocks. Kite over. And up to the beach. And it's, there's rocks right along the beach, and then there's a big pile of rocks there. I'm going to set the board down. I'm going to maneuver up through the rocks now. And I chose the wrong path for sure because it was not fun. There was no wind to hold it up. It made it hard to get through there. So I untangled the lines and I went back out for another run. The wind picked up a little bit. So this time I didn't have my lines out before I let the kite go, which was a mistake. And I was trying to unwind the lines as fast as I could. Before the kite drifted away and powered up, and then I would have had to just release the whole thing because my safety wouldn't have worked. So note to self, don't do that again. But I made it okay. Except my lines were crossed, so I was able to launch the kite, and then I had crossed lines, and then I couldn't fly it. I've flown kites with crossed lines before, but just going sideways here to get back to my beach wasn't going to work, so I had to kind of wrap it, but you'll see. So I'm struggling trying to get these lines undone. I know it's going to be a bad day, and then now I'm panicking and everything's getting tangled. So I'm like, okay, I know where my kite knife is. And some car going across the causeway is going to have a nice little kite canopy over their sun shield. Almost got it all unwind. closer. Oh no, hurry. Getting to the shore, and I'm trying to walk backwards so I don't hit the rocks. This is a little sketchy area right here for sure. This is not where I launched from. This is the new place that I wasn't familiar with. I mean, it's doable here, but you know, I just wasn't ready. Especially if there's wind, it's doable. But the other beach is a little bit sandier, except there's some a lot of mangroves off to the side, so you got to be careful with that. The last time I saw somebody kite there, I just kind of dropped by so I knew where it was, and then he was on a big kite and he ended up in the mangroves, and that was not pretty. So I got the kite finally powered up, and got all the lines out, able to start to try to launch, and I can see that something just didn't look right. As soon as we get the kite launched, I can see the outer lines are inverted on the inside. So I try to body drag out a little bit and see if I can fly the kite a little bit, because the wind was up a little bit, so I'm like, okay, I can probably make it back, but if it'll fly right. And it did not want to fly right for sure. So I'm up on the board and it's just not happy. Plus I'm fighting with the wind, you know, kind of shutting down each and every time. And then I didn't want to get too far down the bridge and lose the beach, so I'm like, okay, cut my losses. And then I got to get far enough back to where there was a lot of big rock pile where I was, and then the kite just crashed in the water, and I was like, oh great. So secure the board again. Definitely love the leash. That is the best savior forever. You don't have to deal with the board. You're not going to lose it. And I can't touch it. It's a lot deeper over here, so there's no way I can backpedal before it hits the rocks. So I'm like, hopefully I can touch before it, you know, gets all into the rocks. I'm going to try to relaunch the kite just to get it away from the rocks. But I got to get the board secured. Board secured. Now quickly launch the kite before I end up in that big rock pile. And then it just wants to back on itself, and then all of a sudden I got it to launch up just enough to get it over. Alright, now I can flag out. I was able to flag out and rewrap the kite. So hey, this is Mikey Mike. Make sure you leave some comments, smash that like button if you like my kite surfing adventures, and come along for the ride. This was a total walk of shame for sure. I had to walk all the way back over the bridge. At least not the bar bridge, just to the left. Still wetsuit and kite, dripping wet all the way down to the other side. So made it up through the easy path this time. Kind of learned my lesson the first time. And wrapped up my kite in the grass here, deflated it, and I just carried it back over the bridge. So, alright man, yeah, make sure you leave some comments for sure, and we'll see on my next adventure when I get my kite caught in the trees. So you'll like that one. It's coming up soon. Alright, don't forget to subscribe. Alright man, peace.